Join us as we come together to celebrate the extraordinary contributions of Professor M. Nasser and Professor Kannan, expressing our sincere thanks for their invaluable presence in teen zoology.
It is with great pleasure that we extend our esteemed invitation to Dr. C.D. Sebastian, the head of the Department of Zoology, to grace our gathering with a welcome address. We anticipate your enlightening words will undoubtedly set the tone for this special occasion.
Good afternoon to all. Respected Registrar of the University, Professor Satish K. The Chief Guest of this function, Dr. Dinesh Cherwat, IAS. The stars of the day, Professor M. Nasser and Professor William Kannan. The President of the Alumni Association, Dr. N. Goguldas. The faculty member of the Zoology Department, Dr. Y. Shibuvardhanan. Dr. K. S. Shamir, the PhD scholar of Nasser sir. The PTA President, Sri T.K. Chandrabhanu. Dr. Remya, the PhD scholar of Kannan sir. Sri Shibu Anand, the Secretary of the Calicut University Zoology Association. Dear teachers, delegates of the seminar, the team zoology of this university campus, and the noted and our dear students and alumni of zoology department who are physically present here and who are watching us on live in the YouTube channel from various parts of the country and abroad. Welcome you all. Actually, it is a privilege and a pleasure for the Department of Zoology to honor the dedicated and committed service of its senior-most teachers, the gems of our department, Dr. Nasser and Dr. Kannan. Many asked me why you are scheduling a honoring ceremony this much advance of an academic year. The answer is very simple. We can't wait much to honor them. That is why we are doing it right now. And this session is chaired by our respected Registrar, Professor E.K. Satish. Within his busy schedule as the Registrar of the University, when we invited, he very happily agreed to accept our invitation and the request to preside over this honoring function. On behalf of the all assembled here, and in specific on behalf of the Department of Zoology, its faculty members, students and alumni, I wish a very warm welcome to Dr. E.K. Satish. Welcome, sir. The guest and the keynote speaker of the day, Dr. Dinesh Cherwat, IAS, the Joint Managing Director of Kerala Water Authority, the Director of Kerala Groundwater Authority Department, and the Chief Executive Manager of the Jalanidhi Project of Government of Kerala. And I'm very happy to say he is our alumnus. And we know the difficulties to get the schedule and the time of an IAS officer to present in a seminar. I can say in a very silly manner, it is happened within 2 lines in WhatsApp. One fine evening, I am sending a message, sir, can you come for a function in university to honor the teachers? After 1 hour, the reply came, I will be there, please inform me your date. Such a simple man is Dr. Dinesh Cherwat. We are very happy, sir, to have you here. And on behalf of all assembled here and all viewing this program, we extend a very warm welcome to Dr. Dinesh Cherwat. Welcome. the heroes of this day. Actually, they are the real heroes of the zoology department as well as the university campus. Our beloved teachers who are going to be honored by, they are already honored by their large number of students and their colleagues every year, every day, every hour. Though this is an official function, on behalf of all of us assembled and viewing this, we welcome you to this auspicious function. Dr. Gokul Das, retired professor from our zoology department. He also our alumni, our retired teacher, and he is the founder, president of the Alumni Association of Zoology Department, and he is the permanent president of the Zoology Alumni Association. And he's always here. Whenever there is a requirement, whenever there is a crisis, whenever there is an advice is required, Gokul Das sir will be available either on call or in person. I extend a very warm welcome to our Gokul Das sir. The president of our Parent Teacher Association and the retired deputy registrar of this university, Sri T.K. Chandrabanu is here. And actually when a teacher is honored, we thought along with the zoology team, the alumni and the PTA must be there along with us. He agreed to come, accepted our invitation, and as you know, he is the father of our dear artist Chandana. Welcome, sir. Dr. P.O. Namir, the first PhD student of Dr. Nasser sir, was agreed to come here. He is the head of the wildlife department of the College of Forestry, Kerala Agricultural University. But today morning, because of an unavoidable official function, he became unable to reach here. In the absence of him, we extend a welcome to him, Dr. P.A. Namir. Dr. Remya is with us. Dr. Remya is the first PhD holder of Dr. Kannan, and Remya is now working as a teacher in a higher secondary school. On behalf of the department, though you are our students, we extend a warm welcome, Remya. Representing our zoology department faculty members, Dr. Y. Shibuvardhan is here to honor and felicitate Kannan sir and Nasser sir. Only because of me, he is late to this stage, because he was in a tedious task of evaluation of the post-oral presentations of this seminar. And for formality, on behalf of all of us assembled here, we extend a warm welcome to Shibu sir. Representing the PhD scholars of Nasser sir, Dr. Shamir K.S. is present here, and he is still refusing to sit on the dais. Shamir is well known for you. Shamir is the section officer in the Directorate of Research of our university. We welcome you, Shamir, in this case. Sri Shibu Anand is also with us on the stage. He is the secretary of the Zoology Association of this university, and welcome you. On behalf of the zoology fraternity, I welcome all of you assembled here. I am not mentioning each and every individual name. Abraham sir is here, Jose sir is here, Devendran sir, Sakir sir, all my colleague faculties members, all my students, past and present students. Many are came from various parts of the state just to attend this function. I can see all of you. I'm not mentioning one and each of the name. Please take it as in your individual name. We welcome all of you and my dear zoology team. Welcome you to this elegant function. Being the head of the department, I am expected to tell at least one or two sentences about the faculty members who are going to be honored. I'm sure when I started to tell something about my senior colleagues, it may take an hour or hours to complete. I'm not going for that. The Nasser sir, he joined as the teacher in this university in 1999, and he was here far before that. For me, I am first meeting Nasser sir in 1994, means 30 years back, when I joined as an MSc student here. Then we used to call him Nasser Ka. And on that day only, I heard about a post called RA. Till then, when a BSc student, I heard about PhD students. I never heard about RA, Research Associate. Nowadays, that post is not much common. By that time, Nasser was a Research Associate in our department. And from that, in 1994 to this 2023, Nasser sir is doing the practicals in that same manner. I still remember how to dissect a cockroach for his somatogastric nervous system. I will remember the comments and the laugh of Nasser sir. When he joined as a teacher in the department, it was very difficult for me to change the salutation from Nasser Ka to Nasser sir. Still, that deep, intimate relationship is maintaining between me and Nasser sir. And he directed me not to tell anything much about him. And Kannan sir, he started his career as a teacher in the Devagiri College. Later, he moved abroad for the postdoc. Back to university teaching service in 2006, along with me and many of other colleagues together. And we were together in these much 17 years, in very much up and down of the university and our profession. And during all this time, whenever there is an up, whenever there is a down, there is no change on the face of Kannan sir. He used to smile always. It's very difficult to see such a always smiling and soft-spoken person. Kannan sir's better half is also with us, Dr. Bindu. Bindu is my batchmate for PG program in this campus. And the better half of Nasser sir refused to reach here. Take these two teachers. That itself says what they are. I think no other words are required to demonstrate or describe them. And I wish this elegant program as a memorable one. And all my dear viewers who are really want to be present here physically, but because of many difficulties and due to the geographical barriers, that is why they asked me to insist the live streaming of this program. And all my viewers in the air, we are here, we know you are with us, and we together honoring our Nasser sir and Kannan sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We are deeply honored to have Dr. E.K. Satish, the esteemed registrar of the University of Calicut, to deliver the presidential address.
Esteemed dignitaries on the dais, Dr. Dineshan Cheravat IAS, Joint Managing Director, Kerala Water Authority, the distinguished professors and also the Pro-Vice Chancellor, University of Calicut, Dr. M. Nasser, Dr. V.M. Kannan, Professor Gogul Das, President of Alumni Association. Distinguished Head of the Department, Dr. C.D. Sebastian. Dr. Y. Shubuvardhan. T.K. Chandrabhushan. Chandrabhanu. Dr. Shamir. Dr. Ramya. Mr. Shibu Anand C. Distinguished professors, directors, researchers, students and other fraternity of Department of Zoology, my colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are witnessing a very difficult moment for the university because two eminent professors bidding at you, although we can see them for quite some time. To perhaps Department of Zoology, one of the pioneering department of this university, and how many distinguished professors who chaired and also taught students and brought the university to the glory. And these two professors have carried that legacy throughout, and they are moving from the university. Definitely a great loss to all, particularly to a university which is aspiring for greater ambitions in coming years. Why it is really difficult? Because non-teaching staff retires and we get an immediate replacement. Perhaps there and then itself we can replace them. But when a teacher retires, we will not get a replacement. And getting an excellent teacher recruited in a university system, again, very complex one. And it is a difficult situation, particularly because in the present context, universities are facing a very severe competition from deemed universities, private universities, and also central universities and foreign universities. And a university, a state university normally getting pressure from financial difficulties because of the fund crunch and also the kind of difficulties that we are getting a perfect substitution for teaching faculties. And in this context, universities are expected to get greater results. It's a greater challenge for all of us. And I don't know how to overcome this very difficult situation for a university. And that too, in this present context, so most of you know, we are transforming the universities in terms of its administration and also in terms of its academic activities. And we are, in fact, rolling out the 4-year undergraduate program, and also reforms are taking place every day itself. Yesterday, AICTE has brought down a complete overhauling of our management education as well as technical education. And they have brought under their ambit the BBA, hotel management, computer science, and in that context, we will have to transform ourselves. And it is putting pressure on universities and colleges to reach the standards fixed by those the so-called regulatory or controlling agencies. So when you have missing an excellent teachers, again creating problems, and that too without any substitution. That is a great problem university is always facing. So retirement for a teacher is in fact a great loss. I know Professor Nasser will not like any kind of flattering on him before his presence. Anyway, I personally feel that it was a great blessing for me personally to work with him. Otherwise, we would have been working as normally like two teachers and retire like. But I got an opportunity to serve the university as university registrar, and also Professor Nasser as the Vice Chancellor. And we had many times we had to travel together and for some official commitments. And I have enjoyed the pleasure of accompanying Professor Nasser. So he's an excellent teacher as well as an excellent administration, and he prefers to work silently without making any imprint, but it unknowingly makes an imprint on every action and commission and omission that he makes. And I know personally when the Directorate of Research as an institution was established, was subject to a lot of controversies. And he took the charge at the helm of affairs. He turned it around. And perhaps maybe that took that compulsion is even at his present position as a statutory officer, he still holds that one. So that is again, I would say, a substitution for some positions may be difficult to find out. So that is again a challenge for a university, because a university requires, a university teacher is not a teacher alone. All the time, always some kind of administrative works are done by everyone. And they know the rules and regulations and how a university should be administered. And later they move to the real administrators later. And their services is always required to make the university one of the reaching the first 100 or first 50 like that. And in a year of you make it in the topmost one. Otherwise, students will not talk to you, and you will simply will not get students. So that kind of challenges nowadays faced by most of the universities in Kerala also. And perhaps all of us are facing this difficult situation. And Professor Kannan also he has later joined. I think he has joined in the university in 2006. Prior to that, he was in US for quite some time, and he joined late in the university. And he has also took charge of some of the administrative positions like Director of Distance Education, I believe so. Yes, he was in that position also. So zoology department, personally, most of them, Professor Gokuldas also hold many administrative positions in the university. Professor Janardhanan, another eminent professor who was the syndicate member, very strong personality. And they almost all of them carry a rich legacy in the administration itself. And an excellent teachers also, and excellent researchers. Hope that we can overcome there, we will get excellent replacement also. Professor Kannan is living in Ramanattukara, and he is a native of Ramanattukara nowadays. and hope that Professor Nasa will also join them in this vicinity. Because I also belong to the same place. So we will not miss them, but we will, unfortunately, we will miss them from the university. But teachers doesn't have any kind of retirement, because soon after a teacher is retired, there are other takers. I don't know the position of the science faculties, but when a teacher from other faculties I know, particularly from my discipline, soon after their retirement, some kind of offers will be there. So nowadays, some private universities are looking for them also. So I hope that both of them will continue to be the researchers and also in some positions, and they will be assisting the universities in one way or other way. I wish personally a good career and also an excellent personal life, retired life, good health, and all kind of prosperity. I consider it is a honor for me also to talk about a few words about the two eminent professors, at least in this capacity. I feel honored and thankful to the Department of Zoology and giving me an opportunity to preside this function. I sincerely wish all the best to the retiring teachers, and thank you very much.
Your presence adds a distinguished touch to our event, and we extend our heartfelt thanks for sparing your valuable time to join with us. Your participation evaluates this occasion, making it truly memorable and inspiring for all our attendees. Now, we request Dr. E.K. Sadish, Registrar of the University, to honor our beloved teachers. Now we invite Professor Nasa to receive the memento. So please. Thank you, sir. Now we request Professor Kannan to receive the memento. Thank you, sir.
It is an exceptional privilege for us to welcome distinguished keynote speaker to our honoring ceremony. His presence further amplifies the significance of this occasion, adding an extraordinary dimension to the tribute we extend to Professor Nasa and Professor Kannan.
The keynote speaker of our event is our alumnus, Dr. Dinesen Chilwat, IAS, Joint Managing Director, Kerala Water Authority, and Executive Director, Jalanidhi, Government of Kerala.
Dr. Dinesen Chilwat is an accomplished professional with extensive experience and expertise in the field of zoology. He is currently serving as the Joint Managing Director of the Kerala Water Authority. Dr. Chilwat has held various key positions throughout his career, showcasing his versatility and leadership. Noteworthy role and Executive Director at the Agency for Development of Aquaculture, Kerala. His tenure as Managing Director at Balsifed marked a significant contribution to the organization. Dr. Dinesen's current responsibilities extend to serving as the Director of Kerala Groundwater Department and Executive Director of the Kerala Rural Water Supply and Sanitation Agency, Jalanidhi. His achievements encompass a prolific publication record, including 5 self-authored books, 6 chapters in books, 12 research papers, and 34 popular articles. He has also delivered 12 radio talks and participated in 12 conferences and seminars, 3 of which were international. Dr. Cherwat has played a pivotal role in preparing and implementing 7 important projects for the Department of Fisheries. His commitment is further evidenced by his membership in 14 committees, including roles as an expert member of the Kerala Coastal Zone Management Authority and the State Wetland Authority of Kerala. Dr. Dineshan's career is characterized by a rich achievements, publications, project contributions, and service on various committees, showcasing his dedication and impact in the field. Let us now invite Dr. Dineshan Cherwat, IAS, for the keynote address.
Respected President of this session, Dr. K.K. Satish, Registrar of this university, and my friends and people who are honoring here, Dr. Nasser, known to me since I came over here as a research student, then Dr. Kannan, as our registrar has rightly pointed out, how eminent these two personalities are. And also the other participant, Dr. Goguldas sir. I was researching just in front of his room, so I had every freedom to get into his room at any time for any difficulty, whenever I felt any difficulty. So such close relationships we had with our teachers and fellow co-workers and researchers at this university. And also here are the other faculties, Dr. Y. Shibuvardhan, Sri Chandrabanu, and Dr. Remya, and Mr. Shibuanand, and other teachers, faculties, and dear students. So actually it was indeed an honor for me to be here in my university to facilitate my dear friends who have worked so many years, and before that I could say that this biology, especially zoology, is a very interesting, noble profession, and teaching is much nobler than any other profession in the world, as I feel always, because see, as a teachers, their academic excellence I am not permitted to speak now in this forum before, because all of you know the academic excellence of all these two teachers. And just I want to say a few words, because one day Professor Nasser called me, Dinesh, I am coming over to your place. I thought he was making some personal things or so, but actually he was accompanying his student, Mr. Satish, that time. Because for field works, professors do accompany students for field work. But what I find it different is that they are always with the students till their works complete. So such teachers and professors were in this university in those days. I think that legacy continues till now. So this at that time I know that he and his student were searching for some parasites or parasitoids. And later, after a year or so, he has informed me that they have found a new species, 1 or 2 new species from that particular field. So in biology, sometimes it is very interesting, these parasites and parasitoids, I remember a word of an eminent ecologist, Elton. There are few quotes of that eminent ecologist. He says that parasites never kill their host. Sometimes I think parasitoids also never kill their host. So the interrelationships interrelationships and interactions among species is very interesting to learn always. See, I was also a student of ecology for some time. I got my PhD in wetland ecology from this university. So this working in this area, that means in biology and especially in ecology, is very interesting. That those time, see, actually one professor, Professor John C. Jacob from Kannur of this Pioneer College, has introduced me to this fascinating world of these animals. And in those days, he used to take us to fields, various fields. He used to take us to the seashore. He used to take us to forest. In different, what we call ecosystems, he used to take students to different ecosystems so that we get a field knowledge. So in Calicut University also, I saw that many of the students who are doing research or post-graduation are in well-known places in all over the world. And one of my friend, Dr. Sadish, who was in US for so many years, is now in Institute of Science. I think he was here last year or a year before. So there are so many other students of this university doing excellent work in other universities, in other states, in other countries. So we have a legacy, as our registrar has rightly pointed. We have a great legacy of such academic excellence in this university and this department. And what I could say to you students is that this, as I said in the beginning, this biological science, as I said on ecology, we have a great things to learn, great things to teach, and great things for serving our humanity. And this, when we speak of biology, this biological balance is very relevant now, because in COVID, and finally we could analyze what was the reason for these situations. I have just mentioned that there is a biological balance. There is a balance even between the pathogens and their host. There is a balance between the parasites and their host. And there is a balance between even parasitoids and their host. When this balance is disturbed, we face a lot of difficulty. Humanity is affected most. The biology, I may say, than any other the technological innovations or inventions made so far in our, we have the IT revolution happening, and the AI, artificial intelligence, is much spoken nowadays. Still, biology remains to be one of the basic sciences, the pure sciences as well as its applied science, applied part, continues to affect mankind in a significant way. Now we have biotechnology with our hands, which can be used for solving our problems and also for the disastrous activities that we see in many parts of the world, the biological weapons and so many threats we face now. But still, this is the area of the science which affects the humanity from time immemorial, even to our modern times, and as well as in the future, the coming years. So there is much scope for students in searching various branches of these biological sciences, various branches of these technological sciences, for finding an avenue, finding a career. And when I joined for first year zoology, somebody misled my father, and he was telling that there is no use in studying zoology. So he was telling me for studying physics or chemistry so that you get a better life opportunity in coming years like that. So my father was advising me in those days. But when a particular subject is in your heart and brain, you have an opportunity everywhere. So opportunity is there everywhere. It is our duty to find the opportunity and build up your career, build up your future. And to the last, I won't speak much for two reasons, because Nasser sir has told me that don't speak much on him, because he never like a few words of flattery or even the things he has actually done. Still, just before lunch, I was a little bit quarreling him, because he has taken lunch from Alagaviri, a nearby hotel where we used to take lunch together for so many years together. So such a simple person, and having such a warm friendship with his friends, colleagues, and students. I feel that this teaching gives us more pleasure than any other profession. And teachers, I think, teachers or professors or researchers, they never retire. We know many of the famous Nobel laureates, they do some work or some other work even till their life ends. So such is the beauty and the passion and of the profession of teaching and research. So I wish these two professors all their best in rest of the life, and I feel that they will continue to serve the students, continue to enlighten the society by their future, the teaching, research, or in any other way. That's all I want to tell you. Thank you all for inviting me to this university once again. Thank you all. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for the enlightening words.
Let us invite Dr. M. Govuldas, President, Alumni Association, Department of Zoology, for the felicitation.
Respected Registrar, Dr. Visesha Sadish, Dr. Nasser, Dr. Kannan. Both of them are today's center of attention. Dr. Dinesh Cheruvat, our former MPhil student. Dr. Shamir, who is a PhD student of Dr. Nasser. Shibuvardhan, Dr. Shibuvardhan, our faculty member. Sri Chandrabanu, our present PTA President. Professor Sebastian, Secretary of the Alumni Association and also the present head of the department. Other dignitaries on the dais. All the faculty members of zoology and other departments, directors, faculty members from other departments, friends from other universities who have come over here to the campus for attending the seminar. As the President of the Alumni Association, as Sebastian pointed out here, the founder and the permanent President of the Alumni Association. Because I remember in 2001 or so, I made an attempt to form the Alumni Association for the first time in the campus. And other departments took the bylaws from us to form their department, like chemistry, I remember. Dr. Arvindashan wanted to form an Alumni Association. He came to me to get the bylaws. I happily handed over this to him, and probably he also made the Alumni Association there in some other departments later. But the problem with the Alumni Association of the campus, of the departments and also the main campus, several vice chancellors here in the campus tried to make a concrete Alumni Association of Calicut University, but I don't think that has still come to reality. I don't know why that happens with the university campus, because when comparing the Alumni Association of other colleges near the campus, like the Farouk College, Tirurangadi College, and some other colleges nearby the campus, they have a very strong Alumni Association, chartering flights from UAE to attend the Alumni Annual Association in Farouk College and Tirurangadi College. All these things we see in the newspapers and media. But the campus, I don't know why this happens with the campus. People, they don't come together, or they fly away from the campus. I don't know what is happening. This is true with the Alumni Association of the Zoology also, because the first meeting I remember about 80 students came to enroll, giving a nominal fee of ₹100, which includes the cost of meals provided on that day also. And subsequent meetings, the number of participants came down and down. and it never materialized until about 2014 or so. We had a alumni get together where we honored all the retired teachers till that date for the department, which was a very good meeting. But you know, the problem is, and then came the COVID and all that. By that time, I actually wanted to quit the post and I wanted to find some new persons, fresh retirees, fresh students, alumni from the department to take over. But such a meeting never came to reality. But still, last week also I talked with our secretary now, Dr. Sebastian, to call an online meeting to find somebody to take up the presidentship from me, to make an ex-president. But I'm trying to do that because I'm getting old. I may not be able to convene more meetings in future. So we want more students to enroll into the Alumni Association. I'm talking to students of zoology and become alumni, proud alumni, and take up little things to do for the department and also the university as a whole. So it's about the Alumni Association. I don't know how many other departments the campus have. Of course, now it is a must, I think, as per the UGC guidelines, all departments should have their alumni associations. So I'm sure all the departments have, and I'm not sure how good they are working. Anyway, I'm as a former faculty and the president of the alumni, I'm very happy and delighted to participate in this meeting of CUSA and the Alumni Association, especially organized to felicitate our two eminent professors of the Department of Zoology, Dr. Nasser and Dr. Kannan, who are retiring shortly in the months of March and May, I suppose. Kannan is retiring in the month of May. Respectively, and also to honor Dr. Dineshan Churwatu, who works as the Joint Managing Director of KWA and Executive Director of LND of our government. He was conferred IAS in about 2018. He was conferred IAS. On the onset, let me congratulate and appreciate the meritorious service of Dr. Nasser and Kannan as teachers of the Department of Zoology and guiding several researchers to achieve their doctoral degree. They had been my colleagues for several years, and incidentally one of them, Dr. Nasser, is my student during 1984-86. And he continued as a PhD student under Dr. Abdurrahman, Dr. Yusuf Abdurrahman, who is also my teacher. So I tried to bring Dr. Abdurrahman here to have a succession of a few generations to sit together, but he is having some health problems. He is now in Calicut. And under Dr. Abdurrahman, he achieved his PhD degree in 1993 and became a faculty in the year 1999. He had been in the chair of the head of the department for a while, this now 2 years only. And then he has been given the higher responsibility of the Vice Chancellor of the university. I believe Dr. Nasser, now serving as the Vice Chancellor, has 1 or 2 more years to go as the PVC. For him, research is a passion. It's a passion for him. He used to work in the lab from dawn to dusk with students, mingling with all of them. And you can assess his capability from the number of PhDs he's produced is 13, and 7 more students are working under him. He will make at least 20 PhD students under him, and that shows his caliber. And it's my wish that even after retirement, he will continue to do research for many more years. And I'm sure there will be several institutes to take him into their team and offer him better opportunities to do research. And I wish him all the health and happiness to continue his research. Dr. Kannan is to retire from the university service in the month of May only, as I said, and he joined the department as an associate professor when he was working in Devgiri College, Calicut, till then. And now he's a professor and also the director of School of Biological Sciences or Biosciences. His contributions in the field of biology, molecular biology and biochemistry are outstanding, and has published many research papers in international journals. I am sure he would continue to inspire students and contribute more in the field of molecular biology even after his retirement from the university service. I also wish him good health and happy retired life. I am very happy and proud to share this dais with Dr. Dineshan Cheruvattu on this occasion. He was a former LPhil student. He spent only a few smaller period in the department, not his MSc, not his PhD. It is only one year LPhil course in the department. And Dineshan Cheruvattu comes from a very humble and rural background in Kannur district called Payangadi. He used to run around the department, visit and peep into all the faculty's rooms and discuss things and all that. He sought help from all the faculty in the department. He was a very energetic student of that department. And he was very hardworking and also a determined student. I am very happy to congratulate and felicitate Dr. Dineshan Cheruvattu. The whole department and alumni are proud that we have our second IAS from the department. And we wish him all the best in his career. The Alumni Association and the department would be happy to associate with him in future also as a resource person for the advantage of students of the department. I thank the members of KUZA and the Alumni Association who had organized this special function to felicitate Dr. Nasser, Dr. Kannan and Dr. Dineshan Cheruvattu. Thank you all once again and Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the kind words.
We are very pleased to invite Dr. Y. Shibuvardhanan, Department of Zoology, to deliver felicitation as the representative of faculty members.
Good evening all. Respected President, our beloved Registrar, then Chief Guest, Dr. Dinesh Cheruvattu, then our Vice Chancellor and our own faculty, then Dr. Kannan, Head of the Department, Professor Govinda sir, PTA President, then Alumni President, Chandra Banu, that present PTA President, KUSA Association Secretary Shibu, then Dr. Shamir, student of Nazir sir and our own administrator, working in our own system. Remia, that Dr. Kannan sir is a first student. So, I don't know what to tell because I didn't get any face-to-face direction from Dr. Nasser sir to don't tell this and don't tell that. So, I can't tell anything. I think all people, Nasser sir got given some strict direction. what to tell. So I think first time today I am seeing Vilas sir. So being our colleague of both the faculty, they are extreme in several aspects. Working in entirely different aspects. One is working in taxonomy, behavior, then some ecological work, and wide range of topic. Then another is again molecular work, molecular and biochemistry work. So these two people are dealing things in an entirely different manner. But when we close to these two people, NASAs are having very big access to the students. I think that is very much influence to every other faculties. But we don't know how much time and effort he is spending for students to enter into the student's heart. Again, taking the people to the field work. Even though I am continuing ecology, but I couldn't do much because, and again, that's a really different. And being a colleague, we used to argue in different way. I got a lot of opportunities with a lot of argument when I was the coordinator with GC SAP. We looked into different work. So first time in that kind in India. So there was a lot of discussion, hot discussion. So after a lot of hot argument and discussion, evening I will be used to get two calls. One call is from Dr. Nasser sir. Then another is from Dr. Manal. So these two people pacify me. Like Nasser always tell, don't think back. It is for the betterment of our department. I always take that in the right spirit, and because of that, criticism, constant criticism, through SAP we could able to do something new to our university. And why he is calling in the evening, that is because of a good heart. And again, even those very busy schedule now, you know him, he is holding as PVC and simultaneously the charge of DO or director. And even last month I got a non-call. Again, called me, what about SAP? Did you got the reimbursement of my training expenditure that happened in 2016? Still it is not, but he inquired about those things. And again, a few article processing charge that is related to my project and again SAP. So that is what the concern about the colleagues. But we have a lot of eminent professors from our department. Dr. Narendra sir and Adiyodi sir, is many more are there. But many people, they cure the students in such a way that they can walk with their own step. And Nasser sir also one. So I know personally about the Shamir. He a lot of things in the evening about the few work problems in his own, like the pheromone. And I think that is the first attempt in our department doing chemicals, and again too much the chemical problems and things like that. And starting from that, many people attempt, and I think few students currently working under Dr. Nazar sir is interested on few chemicals and plant interactions, and they are trying to relate these host species interaction. So making the people, the students, to step with their own legs without limping or without any assistance from abroad or anything. That is what the real game. So Nazar is very keen about those aspects. Then, and again coming to Kanazar, he is also working different, and I have two similarity with Dr. Kanan, because we joined in same group, and again both are joined as a reader. Then again our rooms are very close, and he also conduct one common program, like he is an instrument to make one division, and though it is not a part of our department camp, exclusively for training and other things of molecular biology. But many of our department students got a lot of opportunities to get use some of the instruments in camp. And though it is not open to the full access like SAP, but and if you want to do something, there is a provision. So, and after retirement, I don't think these people cannot sit idle. And again, their students are still working. They have to look after these people. Anyway, I wish, I'm not extending, because if I extend it means definitely Nazar do something. So I wish good health and a second innings after the retirement for both our beloved faculties. Then once again, this is a golden opportunity. Even though we got 2 seminars this year, we are unable to conduct a program to fully dedicate to these 2 people. Even though the Society for Toxicology India provided a space, so we would able to organize such a program now. So I thank everybody, then being representing the faculty, so I would able to say something about these people. Thank you all, Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your nice words.
We are happy to invite Dr. Shamir K.S., Section Officer, Directorate of Research, University of Calicut, who was the PhD scholar of Professor Nasser, to share a few words.
Distinguished guests on the dais and off the dais, particularly Dr. Nasser and Dr. Kannan, my friends. Of course, this is a very good occasion for everybody to speak a few nice words about those who are retiring. but I'm sure that Dr. Nasser would be the last person to hear something good about him. But of course, this is our day too, not just their days, but it's our day too to say a few good words. I'm standing before you now, not just for me, but on behalf of all the research scholars who have done their PhD under Dr. Nasser. Actually, 13 have been awarded under him. 1 is under submission and 7 more to go now. So it makes a total of 21 under him. Actually, I met Dr. Nasser 25 years back, in fact. In 1999, when I was researching in CPCRI Kayankulam as a research associate. And Dr. Rajmohana was also there with you. You were attending a conference when I was there. So we had a lot of good discussions during that time. And because of some personal reasons, I had to quit the research field and go abroad for employment purpose. And I had a second chance to come back to research when I got an opportunity to serve the University of Calicut as an employee. I got an appointment here as an administrative staff. So before joining, when I was in abroad, I contacted Raj Mohana to ask Dr. Nasser that I have got an appointment here, I want to come back, but my primary aim is to do research. So will Dr. Nasser be able to guide me or take me for my PhD? If that is possible, I'll come and join the university. Otherwise, I'm perfectly all right. I was actually doing well in the UAE. So he immediately agreed and I'm here now. I joined the university in 2009 and started my PhD in 2010 onwards. Because of my job, I was doing my PhD part-time and I could complete it only in the year 2017. So we had a long-standing association. If I have to speak about Nasser, it will be volumes actually, and I'm not allowed to do that, especially given the time. Sebastian sir has already told me, you make it this short, so I'm not elaborating more. But when I was eating lunch today for lunch, with Nasser, I asked him, what should I tell about you? I'm supposed to say some few good words about you. He said, don't say all the good words, but all bad words or bad things you say. So I was just thinking about bad things, but I couldn't remember any bad things about him. That is what Nasser sir is. We all call him lovingly Nasser sir. He's an open book. Everybody knows about him. He still teaches. He still comes to Directorate of Research and guides us. He still administers things. He still looks at his own files. He does everything alone without anybody's help. So he's an open book. All who knows him, interacts with him, even know about his family. So we are all close with his family and his friend circle even. So he's an open book to everybody and I don't have to elaborate so much about it. When I was doing my PhD, when I started my PhD actually, when I asked him what should I do, he said, do you have anything in your mind? Any topic particularly? I said, I have a topic. So he said, go ahead. So I started with my own topic. I was actually doing my own things because it was nobody else had done those things before, insect-plant interactions, and of course with volatiles. That was pretty much difficult at that time to do. But he gave me all the support. We went around in Bangalore, Hyderabad, IICT, everywhere, and I could do a bit at least, and submit my PhD. All throughout my PhD, no intimidations, no unnecessary interventions, no unnecessary repeated advice. That was joyful. So this is what I just wanted to share with you. So I was puzzled when I was doing my PhD, what kind of a person he is. No advice, no directions, nothing. We are all going ahead with our own, thinking, our own thoughts. Then when I got a chance to go outside, I got an appointment as a postdoc in Helsinki, in Finland, a few years back. So when I went there, I asked my professor. We had quite a lot of things on our list of things to do. But when I asked him, what should I do first? What is the priority of things to do? He said, it's your work. Choose yourself, do yourself. That's it. So I realized at that time that this is what Dr. Nasser was actually doing. And whoever I have met there and different parts of Europe, everybody are like this. Everybody are like this. No interventions in research, no advice, no intimidations. You do your research, you be the master of your topic. That is what makes him different. And I'm so thankful that, to him for allowing us, all of us, to do our research in our own way. When I was going through some quotes for this speech, I stumbled upon one. It's by Lao Tzu. He's a very famous Chinese philosopher. He said, a leader is best when people barely know him exist. When people barely know he exists. When his work is done, his aim fulfilled. Then they will say, we did it ourselves. I hope you got this. We all did our PhD ourselves. But he was a guiding force. He was the supervisor. He was the guiding force. So I just wanted to, I have a lot of things actually to tell you. I have traveled quite a lot with him. Many places. We had gone to many places. We drove together. And we had a lot of good moments, best moments. Everybody will share that. Ranjit, Shamim, Sarpraz, everybody, we all were having a very nice time together, all throughout our PhD time. So I don't want to elaborate much. Thank you very much, sir, for all the guidance, supervision, and guiding. He was a guiding light in our lives. So thank you very much. I don't want to say anything about retirement. It's too early to talk about retirement. So we have got quite a long time to go, and each day is quite long for us now because we have started the countdown. Okay. I'm sorry I haven't spoken a word about Dr. Kannan. Though I was in the department for quite a long time, we did not have much interaction, but I know him very well. He knows me very well. We used to smile to each other whenever we come across in the corridors and outside. I wish you also very best of luck, sir, in your retired life. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words.
A token of appreciation and love for Professor Nasser for the unconditional support and guidance provided to all of us. Sir, you have been a guiding light in our academic journey that led us throughout our entire life. Now, we invite research scholars of Professor Nasser to present their token of love. On behalf of scholars Namir P.O., Sinida P.A., Sujita Thomas, Lakshmi Pillai S., Abdul Rabbi Nistar C.K., Leena P.T., Anadi Shashikumar, U.K.A. Salim, Shamir K.S., Shamna K. Babu, Ranjit A.P., Rajesh K.M., Binoy C., Mohammad Shamim K., Srijina Sridharan K., Jalala Najat K., Manjusha K., Bobika V.K., Kirtana Hardas, Vrinda K. and Vishnu K. Welcome you all. Thank you all.
Now we invite onto the stage all the research scholars of Professor Kannan to give a token of appreciation to their mentor for his unparalleled dedication towards academia and research. His unwavering support and guidance have always been an inspiration to all of them throughout their acclaimed career. They share their love on behalf of Dr. Ramya PP, Dr. Rashmita C, Dr. Rajita R, Asib AK, Shiji TM, Jamie Jacob, Deepthi M, Sona Kosh, Anjana Loganathan, Medha Das and Kelvin Joy. Welcome you all. Thank you all.
We are very delighted to have the President of Parent Teacher Association, Department of Zoology, Sri T.K. Chandrabanu, to share a few words about our teachers.
Dr. E.K. Sadish, President of this session, Dr. C.D. Sebastian, Professor and Head of the Department, Chief Guest of this session, Dr. Dinesh Chirwat, IAS, Joint Managing Director of Kerala Water Authority and Executive Director of Jalanidhi, Professor Dr. M. Govildas, President, Alumni Association. He is also an active member of our Pensioners Forum. Dr. Y. Shibuvardhan, faculty member of this department. Dr. Ramya, first PhD awardee of Dr. Kannan, and the stars of this session, Professor Dr. Nasser, Pro Vice Chancellor of this university, and Dr. Kannan, Senior Professor of this department. Dr. Shamir, he was my colleague when I was at the administrative department. Sri Shibu Anand, Secretary of KUSA, other teachers, students, parents, research scholars, and the staff assembled here. May I talk in Malayalam because there is no such time left. ആദ്യമായിട്ട് പറയുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ഇന്ന് ഞാനിവിടെ നിൽക്കേണ്ട ആളാകുമായിരുന്നില്ല. കാരണം PTA പ്രസിഡന്റ് എന്ന നിലയിൽ എൻ്റെ ടേം കഴിഞ്ഞ വർഷം തന്നെ കഴിഞ്ഞതാണ്. ഈ വർഷം കൂടി തുടരണമെന്ന് അഭിപ്രായം വന്നപ്പോൾ ഏറ്റെടുക്കാൻ തയ്യാറായതാണ്. അങ്ങനെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ല എങ്കിൽ ഈ പ്രൗഢഗംഭീരമായ ഈ ചടങ്ങിൽ എനിക്ക് പങ്കെടുക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ലായിരുന്നു. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഈ ഒരു അവസരം തന്ന സെബാസ്റ്റ്യൻ സാറിനും ടീമിനും ആദ്യമായി തന്നെ, അതേപോലെ തന്നെ എന്നെ 2ാം തവണയും ഈ PTA പ്രസിഡന്റ് സ്ഥാനത്തേക്ക് നിയോഗിച്ച മൊത്തം പാരൻസിനോടും ഞാൻ നന്ദി പറയുകയാണ്. എനിക്ക് വൈസ് ചാൻസലറുടെ ഓഫീസുമായിട്ട് ഒരു പ്രത്യേക ബന്ധമുണ്ട്. കാരണം എനിക്ക് ഇന്നിവിടെയുള്ള എൻ്റെ ഉത്തരവാദിത്വം നമ്മുടെ ഏറ്റവും പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട നമ്മുടെ ഈ ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റിലെ സീനിയർ പ്രൊഫസേഴ്സ് ഡോക്ടർ നാസർ ആൻഡ് ഡോക്ടർ കണ്ണൻ, അവരുടെ ഈ ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റിലേക്കുള്ള സേവനങ്ങളുടെ പ്രകീർത്തിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് നമ്മൾ അവർക്ക് അനുമോദനങ്ങൾ നൽകുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് നമ്മൾ കണ്ണൻ മാഷെ പറ്റി പറയുകയാണെങ്കിൽ, ഞാൻ ചോദിച്ചിരുന്നു, കണ്ണൻ മാഷ് എന്നല്ല ഈ ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റിലെ ഓരോ അധ്യാപകരും ഏറ്റവും പ്രിയകരമായിട്ടാണ് അവരുടെ സ്റ്റുഡൻസിനോടും ഒക്കെ പെരുമാറിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ കണ്ണൻ മാഷെ തന്നെ ഞാൻ അധികമായിട്ട് പരിചയമില്ല എങ്കിൽ പോലും ആ സൗമ്യ സ്വഭാവവും കുട്ടികളോടുള്ള ആ സ്നേഹവും നമ്മളിപ്പോൾ കണ്ടല്ലോ. അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ PhD സ്റ്റുഡൻസ് ഇവിടെ വന്നിട്ട് അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് നൽകിയ ആദരങ്ങൾ, അത് പോരാത്തതിന് നിങ്ങളെപ്പോലെ ഒരു വിദ്യാർത്ഥിയായിട്ട് ഇവിടെ നിൽക്കുമ്പോൾ, B.Ed വിദ്യാർത്ഥിയായിരിക്കുമ്പോൾ റാങ്കോട് കൂടിയിട്ട് ജയിക്കുക, MSc ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ അവിടെയും റാങ്കോട് കൂടിയിട്ട് പാസ്സാവുക, ഇതൊക്കെ എന്ന് പറയുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ റിമാർക്കബിൾ അച്ചീവ്മെൻറ്റ്സ് തന്നെയാണ് സംഗതി. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞതിന് ശേഷം PhD ചെയ്യുക, അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് USA നിന്ന് പോസ്റ്റ് ഡോക്ടറൽ ഫെലോഷിപ്പ് നേടുക, എന്നിട്ടും ഒന്നും അറിയാത്ത പോലെ നമ്മുടെ കൂടെ സൗമ്യമായി ചിരിച്ചു നിൽക്കുന്ന കണ്ണൻ സാറിനെ ആണ് നമ്മൾ കാണുന്നത്. അതാണ് നിറകുടം തുളുമ്പില്ല എന്നുള്ളതും. അതേപോലെ തന്നെ ഏറ്റവും എളിമയോട് കൂടിയിട്ടും എത്ര ഉന്നതയിലെത്തിയാലും നമ്മുടെ ആ സൗമ്യ സ്വഭാവത്തോടു കൂടി നിൽക്കുമ്പോൾ നമ്മളിലേക്ക് ആകർഷിതമായിട്ട് ബാക്കിയുള്ളവർ നമ്മളിൽ എത്തിച്ചേരും, ഉറപ്പാണ്. അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് ഇനിയും അക്കാദമിക് തലത്തിലും അല്ലാതെയും ഒരുപാട് ഉയരങ്ങൾ എത്താനുള്ള അവസരങ്ങൾ ഉണ്ടാവട്ടെ എന്ന് ഞാൻ ആശംസിക്കുകയാണ്. അതേപോലെ തന്നെ ഞാൻ നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞല്ലോ, വൈസ് ചാൻസലർ ഓഫീസുമായിട്ട് എനിക്കൊരു പ്രത്യേക ബന്ധമുണ്ട്. കാരണം 1988 പിന്നെ ബാങ്ക് ജോലി റിസൈൻ ചെയ്തിട്ട് പാർട്ട് ടൈം റിസർച്ച് ഒന്ന് നടത്താമല്ലോ. ഫിലോസഫി ആയിരുന്നു, നാച്ചുറൽ സയൻസ് ആയിരുന്നു ബോട്ടണി. B.Ed കഴിഞ്ഞതായിരുന്നു നാച്ചുറൽ സയൻസ്. ഫിലോസഫിയാണ് എനിക്കിവിടെ കിട്ടിയത്. അപ്പോൾ പാർട്ട് ടൈം റിസർച്ച് നടത്താൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ഞാൻ ഗ്രാമീൺ ബാങ്ക് റിസൈൻ ചെയ്ത് ഇവിടെ ജോയിൻ ചെയ്യാൻ വന്നപ്പോൾ, അന്ന് ഡയറക്റ്റായിട്ട് വന്ന എന്നെ പിടിച്ചിട്ട് വൈസ് ചാൻസലറുടെ ഓഫീസിൽ ആദ്യത്തെ അസിസ്റ്റന്റ് ആയിട്ട് പോസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്തു. സാധാരണ വൈസ് ചാൻസലർ, വൈസ് ചാൻസലർ, രജിസ്ട്രാർ എന്നുള്ള ഓഫീസുകളിൽ വളരെ പരിചയമുള്ള കോൺഫിഡൻ്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ആളുകളെയാണ് പോസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാം. പക്ഷേ അന്ന് പ്രൊഫസർ M.K. പ്രസാദ് ബോട്ടണി പ്രൊഫസറായിരുന്നു, എന്നെ പിടിച്ച് അവിടെ ഇട്ടു. അദ്ദേഹം ഇപ്പോൾ ഇത് പറഞ്ഞാൽ നാസർ സാറിൻ്റെ പേഴ്സണൽ സ്റ്റാഫിന് പാരയാവോ എന്ന് എനിക്കൊരു പേടിയുണ്ട്. എങ്കിലും ഒന്നും പറയരുത് എന്ന് സാറ് എന്നോട് പറഞ്ഞു. സാറിനെ പറ്റി എന്തെങ്കിലും പറയും, ഒന്നും പറയരുത് എന്ന് എൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് എല്ലാവരോടും പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ എന്നോടും പറഞ്ഞിരുന്നു. എന്നാലും അത് ബൈപ്പാസ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് 1-2 കാര്യങ്ങൾ പറയട്ടെ, എന്നോട് പിണങ്ങരുത്. അപ്പോൾ അവിടെ ചെന്നപ്പോൾ വൈസ് ചാൻസലർ ഓഫീസ് ചെന്നപ്പോൾ ഉള്ള പണി മുഴുവൻ എനിക്ക് കിട്ടി. പ്രസാദ് സാറ് പറയും, നാളെ ഒരു സ്പീച്ച് ഉണ്ട്, അതിന് ചെറിയൊരു നോട്ട് ഉണ്ടാക്കി തരണം എന്ന് പറയും. അടുത്ത ദിവസം വേറെ പോകുമ്പോൾ വേറൊരു റിസർച്ച് സ്കോളേഴ്സിനെ അഭിസംബോധന ചെയ്ത് സംസാരിക്കാനുണ്ട്, അവരോട് സംസാരിക്കാൻ ഒരു 10 മിനിറ്റ് സ്പീച്ച് വേണമെന്ന് പറയും. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അധ്യാപകരുടെ ഓറിയന്റേഷൻ കോഴ്സ് നടക്കുന്നുണ്ട്, അവിടേക്കൊന്ന് വേണമെന്ന് പറയും, അത് എഴുതി കൊടുക്കണം. അങ്ങനെ ഞാൻ എന്ത് ചെയ്തു, എനിക്ക് ചെയ്യാവുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ ചെയ്തു കൊടുക്കാനും തുടങ്ങി. ഓഫീസിൽ അസിസ്റ്റന്റ് എന്നുള്ള ജോലിനെ ഉപരിയായിട്ട് ചെയ്തു തുടങ്ങി. അപ്പോൾ ഈ വൈസ് ചാൻസലർ ഓഫീസിൽ ആദ്യമായിട്ട് വന്ന അസിസ്റ്റൻ്റ് എന്ന ഞാൻ ആണ് ഡോറിൻ്റെ ആദ്യം ഇരിക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ പബ്ലിക്കൊക്കെ ആദ്യമായിട്ട് വരുന്നത് റിസർച്ച് സ്കോളേഴ്സ്, അതേപോലെ തന്നെ സ്റ്റുഡൻസ്, ടീച്ചേഴ്സ്, ജനറൽ പബ്ലിക് എല്ലാവരും വന്നുകൊണ്ടിരുന്നതാണ്. പ്രൊഫസർ എം കെ പ്രസാദ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ എൻവയോൺമെൻ്റലിസ്റ്റും അതേപോലെ ബോട്ടണിസ്റ്റും ഒക്കെ ആയിട്ട് പ്രസിദ്ധി നേടിയ ഒരാളാണ്. അപ്പോൾ ആദ്യമായിട്ട് വരുമ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ എല്ലാവരെയും ശ്രദ്ധിക്കല്ലോ. ഞാൻ സാവധാനം ഒരാളെ ശ്രദ്ധിച്ചു തുടങ്ങി. വളരെ സൈലൻ്റായിട്ട് കൂളായിട്ട് കാര്യങ്ങൾ വന്ന് സാറിനെ കാണാൻ. കാരണം ആദ്യം ഞാൻ വരുമ്പോൾ എൻ്റെ മുന്നിലായിരിക്കുക. ഞാൻ 1-2 ആൾക്കാരെ ശ്രദ്ധിച്ചിരുന്നു, ഒരാളെ പ്രത്യേകം ശ്രദ്ധിച്ചു. അങ്ങനെ കുറേ കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് സൈലൻ്റായിട്ട് പോകും, ആരോടൊന്നും പറയില്ല. ഒരു കുട ഉണ്ടാവും, വയസ്സായി എൻ്റെ കയ്യിലും അതേമാതിരിയുള്ള കുട ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു, ആ കുട കയ്യിലുണ്ടാവും. അങ്ങനെ പോയി. പിന്നെ നേരത്തെ സെബാസ്റ്റ്യൻ സാറോ അത് നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞ മാതിരി ഊട് കഴിക്കാൻ അളകാപുരിയിൽ എത്തിക്കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അവിടെയും സൈലൻ്റായിട്ട് അതേ കുടയിട്ട് അവിടെ ആളുണ്ടാവും. പക്ഷെ ആരാണെന്നുള്ളത് ഞാൻ കൂടുതൽ അറിഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ല. സർവീസിൻ്റെ ലാസ്റ്റ് ടേമിൽ ഡയറക്ടറേറ്റ് ഓഫ് റിസർച്ച് എന്നുള്ള കോഴ്സിൽ ഡെപ്യൂട്ടി രജിസ്ട്രാറായിട്ട് ഞാൻ ജോയിൻ ചെയ്യാൻ പോയപ്പോൾ ഇതേ ആൾ അവിടെ ഇട്ടു. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് റിട്ടയർമെൻറ്റ് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ഞാൻ ഔട്ട്സൈഡറായല്ലോ. ഔട്ട്സൈഡറായിട്ട് പ്രോ വൈസ് ചാൻസലർ ഓഫീസിൽ വൈസ് ചാൻസലറെയും പ്രോ വൈസ് ചാൻസലറെയും രജിസ്ട്രാറെയും നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞല്ലോ, എൻ്റെ മകൾ ചന്ദന ഇവിടുത്തെ ആർട്ട് എക്സിബിഷൻ നടത്തുന്നതിന് ഇൻവൈറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി പോയപ്പോൾ ഞാനൊരു ഔട്ട്സൈഡറായിട്ട് ഇതേ പ്രോ വൈസ് ചാൻസലർ ഓഫീസിൽ നിൽക്കുകയാണ്. അതിന് മുമ്പ് വരെ ഞാൻ അവിടെ ഇരുന്നിട്ട് എല്ലാവരും എൻ്റർടൈൻ ചെയ്തിരുന്നു ആ ഓഫീസിൽ. അപ്പോൾ അവിടെ ചെന്നപ്പോൾ ഈ സ്റ്റാഫ് ഉടനെ വന്ന് ഒരു നിമിഷം വൈകാതെ പ്രോ വൈസ് ചാൻസലറുടെ ഉള്ളിലേക്ക് കയറി നോക്കുമ്പോൾ അവിടെയും ഇതേ ആളുണ്ട്. ആ ആളാണ് നമ്മുടെ പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട നാസർ മാഷ്. അത്ര കൂളായിട്ട് നമ്മളെ വാം വെൽക്കം നടത്തി. കുറച്ച് കാലത്തെ എനിക്ക് ഡയറക്ടറേറ്റ് ഓഫ് റിസർച്ചിൽ ഡയറക്ടറായിട്ടുള്ള അദ്ദേഹമായിട്ട് ജോയിൻ ചെയ്യാനുള്ള സമയം കിട്ടിയിരുന്നുള്ളൂ. ആ സമയത്ത് വൈസ് ചാൻസലർ ഞങ്ങളൊരു പ്രത്യേക ദൗത്യം ഏൽപ്പിച്ചിരുന്നു. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ലീവ് എടുത്ത് പോയാൽ മതി എന്ന് എന്നോട് പറഞ്ഞിരുന്നു. അത് വളരെ തന്ത്രപൂർവ്വവും വളരെ ഫാൾസ് പ്രൂഫുമായിട്ട് നമുക്ക് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റി, സാറിനെ സഹായിക്കാൻ പറ്റി എന്നെനിക്ക് അറിയുന്നതിൽ വളരെ സന്തോഷമുണ്ട്. അതേപോലെ തന്നെ എനിക്ക് നമ്മുടെ ഇവിടുത്തെ കുട്ടികളോട് പറയുകയാണെങ്കിൽ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇപ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ ഇരിക്കുന്നവരെ നോക്കൂ, നമ്മുടെ അലൂമിനി ഈ സുവോളജി ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റിൻ്റെ കുട്ടികൾ, പഠിച്ച കുട്ടികൾ ഏതെല്ലാം മേഖലകളിൽ എത്തി നിൽക്കുന്നു എന്നുള്ളതിനുള്ള തെളിവാണ് ഇവിടെ ഇരിക്കുന്ന ഈ വേദിയിൽ നിറഞ്ഞു നിൽക്കുന്നത്. കാരണം കേരള സർവീസിൻ്റെ വേണ്ട, ഇന്ത്യൻ അഡ്മിനിസ്ട്രേറ്റീവ് സർവീസിൻ്റെ ടോപ്പ് ലെവൽ വരെ എത്തിയിരിക്കുന്ന ആളുകളാണ് ഇവിടെ ഇരിക്കുന്നത്. നമ്മൾക്കറിയാലോ, ഇതിനു മുമ്പ് ഇതേപോലെ തന്നെ IAS ഒക്കെ കിട്ടിയ ഒരുപാട് ചുരുക്കം ചിലർ നമ്മൾക്കുണ്ട്. പക്ഷേ സുവോളജി ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റിൽ തന്നെ മറ്റുള്ളവരും ഇതേപോലെ തന്നെ ഉന്നതങ്ങളിൽ എത്തിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഇപ്പോൾ ഇന്നലെ നമ്മൾ ഇവിടുത്തെ ഒരു കൾച്ചറൽ പ്രോഗ്രാം നമ്മൾ കണ്ടുവല്ലോ. അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ മകളും 1-2 പരിപാടിയിലുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. എപ്പോഴാണ് പരിപാടി എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ 14-ാമത്തെയോ 15-ാമത്തെയോ ഒക്കെ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ ഇത്രയും കുട്ടികൾ സുവോളജിയിലുണ്ടോ? 20-25 കുട്ടികൾ ഫസ്റ്റ് ഇയർ സെക്കൻഡ് ഇയർ കൂടി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ പിന്നെ എവിടെ കുട്ടികളെന്ന് ചോദിച്ചു. പക്ഷേ കണ്ടപ്പോഴല്ല, ശരിക്കും ഈ കുട്ടികളെ തെരഞ്ഞു പിടിച്ച് ഈ വേദിയിലേക്ക് എത്തിച്ച് ഒരു കൾച്ചറൽ പ്രോഗ്രാം ഇത്രയും ഭംഗിയാക്കി നടത്താൻ പറ്റി ചുക്കാൻ പിടിച്ച സെബാസ്റ്റ്യൻ സാറിനും ടീം വർക്കിനും ഞാൻ വളരെ ഈ അവസരത്തിൽ അഭിനന്ദനങ്ങൾ അർപ്പിക്കുകയാണ്. അതേപോലെ തന്നെ ഇത്രയും ടാലൻ്റ് ഉള്ള കുട്ടികൾ ഈ ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റിൽ ഉണ്ട് എന്ന് തെളിയിച്ച മുന്നോട്ട് വന്ന എല്ലാ വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളെയും അവരെ സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്ത കുട്ടികൾ, കാരണം ചില കുട്ടികൾക്ക് മേക്കപ്പിലാവും താല്പര്യം, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ വേറെ അതുകൊണ്ട് വേദിയിൽ ഉണ്ടാവില്ല, പുറകിൽ നിന്ന കുട്ടികളെ അനുമോദിക്കാനും ഈ അവസരം ഉപയോഗിക്കുകയാണ്. ഇങ്ങനെ അതുപോലെ തന്നെ എനിക്ക് നമ്മുടെ കീനോട്ട് അഡ്രസ് നടത്തിയ ശ്രീ ദിനേശൻ ചെറുവാട് IAS സാറിനോട് ചെറിയൊരു റിക്വസ്റ്റ് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. പക്ഷെ നേരെ വൈകി പോയി തോന്നുന്നു. കാരണം IASലേക്ക് കടന്നു വരാൻ താല്പര്യമുള്ള കുട്ടികൾക്ക് പ്രിലിമിനറിക്ക് വേണ്ടിയുള്ള ഒരു വിജയിക്കാനുള്ള ഒരു ടിപ്പ് കൊടുക്കണം എന്ന് ഞാൻ ആദ്യമേ ഇത് കേട്ടപ്പോൾ ആഗ്രഹിച്ചിരുന്നു. ഇനി സമയം ഇല്ലാതെ പോയതുകൊണ്ട് അനവസരമായി പോയി എന്ന് ഞാൻ വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. എന്തായാലും ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള ഒരു സേവനങ്ങൾ നമ്മൾക്ക് ഈ ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റ് കിട്ടിക്കൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കണം. കാലിക്കറ്റ് യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റിയിലെ ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റുകൾ ഏറ്റവും നല്ലതായിട്ട് പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്ന ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റായിട്ട് ഈ സുവോളജി ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റ് മാറണം. അതേപോലെ തന്നെ നിങ്ങൾ അവിടെ ഇരിക്കുന്ന ഈ സ്റ്റുഡൻസ് ഉണ്ടല്ലോ, നാളെ ഇതേപോലുള്ള വേദികളിൽ ഇരിക്കാൻ ഉള്ള ആ ഒരു ആഗ്രഹവും ആ ഇൻസ്പിറേഷനും നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഉണ്ടാവണം. എന്നും അതേപോലെ തന്നെ ഈ അവസരം തന്ന എനിക്ക് ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു സംസാരിക്കാൻ അവസരം തന്ന ഈ ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റിലെ എല്ലാ ഫാക്കൽറ്റി മെമ്പർമാരെയും ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ നന്ദി അറിയിക്കുകയാണ്. അതേപോലെ തന്നെ ഈ PTA പ്രസിഡന്റ് എന്ന നിലയിൽ ഇന്നത്തെ ഈ ചടങ്ങിൽ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റിയുടെ ഈ ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റിലെ എല്ലാ ടീച്ചേഴ്സിൻ്റെയും സ്റ്റുഡൻസിൻ്റെയും റിസർച്ച് സ്കോളേഴ്സിൻ്റെയും സ്റ്റാഫിൻ്റെയും പേരിൽ ഈ 2 പ്രഗത്ഭ അധ്യാപകർക്കും എല്ലാവിധ സന്തോഷവും സൗഭാഗ്യവും ഇനിയും ഉയർച്ചയും ഉണ്ടാകട്ടെ എന്ന് ആശംസിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് എൻ്റെ എളിയ വാക്കുകൾ നിർത്തുന്നു.
Thank you, Dr. Ashwar. Now let us invite Dr. Ramya PP, first PhD scholar of Professor Kannan, for sharing her thoughts about her mentor.
Distinguished guests and dignitaries on the dais, and all are gathered here, a warm good evening to one and all. It is with a great pleasure and profound gratitude that we gather here to commemorate the tireless effort of our esteemed professors, Dr. Kannan and Dr. Nasser, my supervising teacher. And their guidance had been the cornerstone of our academic success, shaping not only our research work but also our character. The journey to PhD is not merely a scholarly pursuit, it is a transformative experience, and our mentor had been a guiding light throughout. In honoring these 2 experts today, we acknowledge not only their expertise in the field but also their unwavering support, encouragement and belief in our potential. Achieving the distinction of being the first PhD awarded student of Dr. Kannan is a moment of immense pride and accomplishment. It reflects not personal dedication and hard work, but also the immense support and guidance of the supervisor. More than an academic guide, he had been a confident mentor. I extend my deepest thanks to you, sir, being a mentor par excellence. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank my parents and all those who have supported me to make me what I am today. Dr. Nasser and Dr. Kannan have been the pillars of our zoology department, contributing immensely for the academic excellence. Though the departure from the academic responsibilities could be observed as a huge loss for us, we optimistically look forward the young generation to hold the position who have taken inspiration from these renowned professors of the department. Let me slip into my mother tongue to say a few words about these 2 professors. 2022 ഒരു നവംബർ മാസത്തിലാണ് ഞാൻ ഇവിടെ PhDക്ക് സുവോളജി ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റിൽ ജോയിൻ ചെയ്തത്. ഇപ്പോൾ അതേ മാസം നവംബറിൽ 2023 ഇങ്ങനൊരു വേദിയിൽ ഇവിടെ നിൽക്കാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞതിൽ വളരെ അഭിമാനമുണ്ട്. അതുപോലെ ദൈവത്തിന് എല്ലാവിധ നന്ദിയും പറയുന്നു. പിന്നെ സാറിനെ ഫസ്റ്റ് കിട്ടിയത്, അതായത് നമ്മളെ ഒരു വൈദ്യുരം നമ്മളെ കയ്യിൽ കാണിച്ചു തന്ന ഒരു വ്യക്തി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ സാറിൻ്റെ ബെറ്റർ ഹാഫായ ഡോക്ടർ ബിന്ദു മാം ആണ്. താങ്ക് യു മാം ഫോർ ഗിവിങ് എ സച്ച് മെൻറ്റർ ഫോർ മീ. പിന്നെ ഒരു പിഞ്ചു കുഞ്ഞിനെ അമ്മ നടത്താൻ പഠിപ്പിക്കുന്നത് പോലെ ഓരോ വീഴ്ചയിലും നമുക്ക് കൈ തന്ന് നമ്മുടെ കൂടെ നടത്തിയ എൻ്റെ പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട ഗുരുനാഥൻ പ്രൊഫസർ ഡോക്ടർ കണ്ണൻ സാറിനെ പറ്റി പറയാൻ എനിക്ക് വാക്കുകൾ കിട്ടുന്നില്ല. അത്രയ്ക്ക് ഒരു എന്താ പറയുക, സിമ്പിളായിട്ട് വളരെ ഒരിക്കൽ പോലും ഞങ്ങൾ സാറിൻ്റെ ഒരു ദേഷ്യഭാവത്തിലുള്ള മുഖം കണ്ടിട്ടില്ല. എല്ലാ റിസർച്ച് സ്കോളേഴ്സിനോടും സാറിൻ്റെ സ്റ്റുഡൻസിനോടൊക്കെ ചോദിച്ചാൽ അറിയാം, എപ്പോഴും പുഞ്ചിരിച്ചുകൊണ്ടാണ്. ഞങ്ങൾ ലാബിൽ തന്നെ എന്തെങ്കിലും ഒരു മിസ്റ്റേക്സ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ പോലും സാറ് നിറപുഞ്ചിരിയോടെ ആ ഒരു ഫേസ് കണ്ട അത് മാത്രമേ ഉള്ളൂ. വേറെ ഞങ്ങളോട് ഒരു വാക്ക് പോലും ഒരു മോശമായ രീതിയിലോ ഒരു വിഷമിക്കുന്ന രീതിയിലോ സാറിൻ്റെ ഭാഗത്ത് നിന്ന് ഉണ്ടായിട്ടില്ല. അത് ഞങ്ങളുടെ വലിയൊരു അനുഗ്രഹമാണ്. പിന്നെ ബയോകെമിസ്ട്രിൻ്റെയും മോളിക്കുലാർ ബയോളജീൻ്റെയും ഒരു പുതിയ ഒരു ഗവേഷണ ലോകത്തേക്ക് എന്നെ കൈപിടിച്ചു നിർത്തിയ സാറിന് എല്ലാവിധ ആശംസകളും നേരുന്നു. റിസർച്ചിൻ്റെ ഓരോ പ്രതികൂല സാഹചര്യത്തിലും സാർ തന്ന മെൻ്റൽ സപ്പോർട്ട്, ലെറ്റ്സ് ട്രൈ, അനദർ മെത്തേഡ് അല്ലെ ലെറ്റ്സ് ട്രൈ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ് സാറെ കൂടെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ആ ഒരു ഓർമ്മകളൊക്കെ ഇപ്പം എൻ്റെ മനസ്സിൽ കൂടെ മിന്നി മറിയുകയാണ്. അതുപോലെ കോൺഫറൻസിന് പോവുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ഇതേപോലെ തന്നെയാണ് നാസർ സാറിൻ്റെ കൂടെ ഞാൻ സാറിൻ്റെ എന്തെങ്കിലും ഒരു നമ്മൾ കാണുകയാണെങ്കിൽ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു കാര്യം ചോദിക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ സാർ ഇതുപോലെ തന്നെയാണ് നിറഞ്ഞ പുഞ്ചിരിയോടെ, ഒരിക്കലും ഒരു ദേശീയഭാവത്തിലൊന്നും ഈ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ സാറിനെയും കണ്ടിട്ടില്ല. ഇത്രയും വലിയൊരു അക്കാദമിക് പൊസിഷനിൽ ഇരിക്കുന്ന സാറും വളരെ ഒരു എളിമയോടെ നമ്മുടെ പെരുമാറുന്നത് ഇവിടെ മാത്രമേ കാണും തോന്നുന്നു. നമ്മൾ വളരെ ഭാഗ്യമുള്ളവരാണ് ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു 2 പ്രൊഫസേഴ്സിനെ കിട്ടിയത്. സാറിൻ്റെ കൂടെയും പുഷ്പ മിസ് ഒക്കെ ഞങ്ങളൊരു കോൺഫറൻസിന് പോയിട്ടുണ്ട്. അപ്പോഴാണെങ്കിലും അതുപോലെ നാസർ സാറിൻ്റെ കൂടെയും ബിന്ദു മിസ് ഞങ്ങളുടെ കൂടെ ഉണ്ടാവും. ഇവരൊക്കെ കൂടെ നമ്മൾ കോൺഫറൻസിന് പോകുന്ന രഞ്ജിത്തിന് ഓർമ്മയുണ്ടാവും നമ്മൾ പോയത്. പിന്നെ കോൺഫറൻസിന് പോവുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ഈ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ സാറ് നമ്മൾ ഒരു പാരൻറ്റിൻ്റെ കൂടെ പോകുന്ന പോലെ എല്ലാ കെയറിങ്ങും എല്ലാ ആവശ്യങ്ങളും നമ്മൾ ത്രൂ ഔട്ട് ആ ഒരു കോൺഫറൻസിൽ നമ്മളിവിടെ എത്തുന്നവരെ സാറ് ആണെങ്കിലും ഈ 2 ടീച്ചേഴ്സും നമ്മുടെ ഒപ്പം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. പിന്നെ പറയുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ഈ PhD അവാർഡ് ചെയ്ത ശേഷവും നമ്മൾ PhD അവാർഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് എന്തെങ്കിലും റിസർച്ച് സംബന്ധമായ ഒരു കാര്യം സാറിനോട് ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരു ഡൗട്ട് ചോദിക്കുകയോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു സഹായത്തിന് സാറിനെ വിളിക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ഒരു മടിയോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു പ്രയാസം ഒന്നും കൂടാതെ തന്നെ ഏത് സമയമാണെങ്കിലും സാറിനെ കോൺടാക്ട് ചെയ്താൽ സാറ് അതിനുള്ള എല്ലാ സഹായങ്ങളും ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. അത് തന്നെ വലിയൊരു സാറിൻ്റെ ഒരു വലിയൊരു മഹത്വം തന്നെയാണെന്ന് എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നത്. പിന്നെ ഡോക്ടറൽ റിസർച്ച് PhD കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് സാറ് ഫർദർ പോസ്റ്റ് ഡോക്ക് ഒക്കെ ചെയ്യാൻ സാറ് കുറേ ഇൻസ്പയർ ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. പക്ഷേ കുറച്ച് സാങ്കേതിക കാര്യങ്ങൾ കൊണ്ട് മുന്നോട്ട് പോകാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞില്ല. പക്ഷേ സാറ് പകർന്നു തന്ന ഈ അറിവുകളും ഞങ്ങൾ ഭാവിയിൽ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് പറ്റുന്ന രീതിയിൽ പുതിയ ആളുകൾക്ക് കുട്ടികൾക്കൊക്കെ പകർന്നു കൊടുക്കാൻ ശ്രമിക്കുന്നതായിരിക്കും സാർ. ഇനിയും ഇവരുടെ ഇവിടെ വെച്ചിട്ട് ഈ ഒരു സർവീസ് ഈ ഒരു അക്കാദമിക് ഇയർ കഴിയുമ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ വെച്ച് തീരുന്നതല്ല ഇവരുടെ സേവനം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ഇനി അങ്ങോട്ടേക്കും ഈ 2 പ്രൊഫസർമാർക്കും കുറേ അവസരങ്ങൾ അവരുടെ ഈ അക്കാദമിക് റിസർച്ച് ഫീൽഡ് ഇനിയും വളരട്ടെ എന്ന്, വളരാൻ വേണ്ടി കുറേ അവസരങ്ങൾ ഇനിയും ലഭിക്കട്ടെ എന്ന് പ്രാർത്ഥിക്കുന്നു. ഞാൻ അധികം ദീർഘിക്കുന്നില്ല. I wish Dr. Nasser and Dr. Kannam a happy and peaceful life ahead. Last but not least, I extend my heartfelt thanks for giving me this opportunity for expressing my gratitude to all those who had influenced my life in a positive way and also contributing to the society in a very special way. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind words.
We extend a warm invitation to Ms. Srijina Sridharan K, a research scholar from the Department of Zoology, University of Calicut, to present her mentors with a token of love. She presents her mural artwork to Professor Nasser, her mentor, and Professor Kannan VM, her PG project supervisor. Besides academics, Ms. Srijina focuses on graphic design and mural art. She is a part of the Worldwide Book of Records for the longest canvas painting by a group held at Calicut University. Welcome, Ms. Srijina. Thank you, Ms. Srijina, for this wonderful gift.
Now, let us invite Professor Kannan VM to share a few words.
Good afternoon, one and all. എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു നമ്മുടെ സമയം കുറേയധികം ദീർഘിച്ചു പോയിട്ടുണ്ട്. We are going to have another session as part of the conference. So I just want to extend my sincere thanks to the organizers of this program, especially the HOD, Head of the Department, Dr. Sebastian, and Professor Chitra from our department for having such a function to honor us, like myself and Professor Nasser. And to tell you briefly a little bit about my journey from a rural background, actually I comes from a place 5 kilometers away from Koilandi. My actual place name was Kannur. The spelling is now different because original Kannur is taken by Nasser sir. So we changed our, earlier it was KANNUR, now it is KANNOR. So still we pronounce it as Kannur. That's where I come from, and after my school education in government school at Koilandi, I did my degree from St. Joseph's College, Davagiri, and also postgraduate degree again from St. Joseph's College, Davagiri. And immediately after my PhD, I joined for a B.Ed program. I think that was a time when there was a sessional B.Ed. It's kind of a packed program for 6 months or 7 months. You will get a B.Ed degree. So in between waiting for the results, I joined for that program, and I completed it. And again, by that time, I got the UGC CSAR National Fellowship, JRF of UGC, and I was looking for different places to go for my PhD, like Adayar Cancer Center and some of those things I was searching for. And I got a letter from Sri Jitra Tirunal Institute for Medical Science and Technology saying that there is a vacancy for a project and they are looking for a person with a JRF. If you are interested, you fill this application and send to me. And there was a description about the project. It was like studying brain lectin in relation to normal brain and what happens to lectin and its interaction with the glycoconjugase in the brain tumor. So I thought it's interesting because I had an interest in those areas, but I was not much known about these lectins. So I went to the Davagiri College and searched the library and what these molecules are, because I never heard that term before during my post-graduation. And I found out that this is a protein which recognizes carbohydrates specifically, and in the human brain there is a lectin which recognizes galactose groups. And this project is on like interaction of the lectin with its glycoproteins and glycolipids from brain and brain tumor tissues. So it's more of a medical subject, I thought. So I actually met a doctor from Koilandi and asked him, who can I approach to get more details about this? He gave me the name of Dr. Jairam Panikkar, who was a professor of microbiology in the medical college, who retired and was running a clinic near the 4th gate. So I went to him and met him and asked him, this is something which I am not familiar with, I want to get some information on this. And he directed me to meet Dr. Iqbal, who is a neurosurgeon at that time in the medical college in Calicut. I went to his quarters and he gave me, in writing, he gave me a permission to use the medical college library so that I can refer more about these molecules. So I went to the library, medical college library, and learned about those things, and went to the interview. And in the interview, I think I remember still, whenever I go to an interview, usually we are not considered as a real guest. We are considered, you just come for the interview, you attend it and go. But it was a warm reception, like you are invited to seat in a spacious room and you are supplied with tea and snacks, like a VIP treatment I felt. That's why the first time I saw, oh, this is the way to treat the students when they come for an interview. And there were not many students because the condition for this project was you should have UGC or CSA or ARF. So there were only 4 people came for the interview. And during the discussion, Professor, my mentor, Dr. Appukutan, he was asking many questions related to this project. So I thought I did a good thing because I referred it very well. So why I am telling this here is to you students, when you go for an interview, don't think that you are not going to get it, but think that you will get it provided you refer and learn about it beforehand, before going to the interview. So it was very easy for me to answer all the questions because I referred everything about those molecules and they were satisfied with it. And of course there was a pathology professor also in the interview board, and he was asking something about Nobel laureates and things like that, general questions. So after the interview, I was selected, and that's how I joined the neurochemistry division, which is actually working in the hospital, Srijitra Hospital, inside the Srijitra Hospital that time. And I did my PhD there, and it was a good experience. In fact, our head of the department was a Bengali, and what I found is that even though he was invited to the institute directly as a professor from Vellore by Valiyathan, because he has such an achievement in that glycobiology area. But what I find is that you will see him with a hookah in his mouth. That time it was permitted to have it. Then he will roll the cylinder from all the way to the store to the laboratory. He was such a high profile professor, but he himself go to the store room, get the gas cylinder and get into the lift and carry it all the way to the room. So this was something was very interesting to me because everywhere we see that when you are a professor, you always stay like that. But later on when I moved to US, I realized this is something, a culture which he imbibed from visit to the foreign countries. He used to visit several foreign countries and come back. So there is no harm, again to my students I am saying, to do such jobs, because if anything is required for you to complete that job, there is nothing harm in being a part of it, whatever position you are at. So we had a good experience while working in Srijitra, and one of my friend, Dr. Mohanan, is sitting here, who is the president of the society, and I met him in the Pujapida at that time because we used to go to the Pujapida animal house to collect the blood for our research purpose. So eventually, right now, he is also sitting in front of me. So anyway, immediately after completing my postgraduate degree, PhD from there, even before submitting my thesis, I got a position in Devagiri College itself as a faculty. So I joined there, but in my mind I had an idea to get an experience in molecular biology. Even though Srijitra was a good institute, there were no molecular biology facility at that time. That was the case in most of the places in Kerala and also in India. Even now the picture is not that good as far as molecular biology is concerned. So I applied for a postdoctoral position, and luckily I got into the University of Michigan Medical School, where I worked initially with Professor Gary for a 1-year term, because Professor Gary decided to move to Oregon, and I don't want to move to Oregon, I want to stay in Michigan. So I moved to pharmacology department, and I continued my research in pharmacology under Dr. Roger Sunahara. Luckily, I invited him as a erudite fellow, and he came to India and gave a lecture in the same podium, I think a few years back. So with him I did my postdoctoral research and came back to India and joined the university in 2006, where we started with research, but unfortunately we never had such facilities here, so I had to wait for some time until we gave a proposal to the government to establish a Center for Advances in Molecular Biology. Luckily that was funded. We got a 1 crore grant from the Kerala state government to establish a center in molecular biology, and that's how I started working on molecular biology. And still that center is going on, and I wish it will continue to function. And I was talking to the registrar. We have gave a proposal to the registrar so that the center can be continued. The reason is that we don't have many experts to take over the position. So I even offered myself, I am ready to work as a adjunct faculty without any remuneration so that the center can be continued, and also my students currently working can finish their program. And also we are running many training programs in molecular biology, so that molecular biology is an important field for biologists nowadays, and we don't have much facilities in India, in particularly in Kerala. So I hope I will still associate with this center. I am voluntarily willing to continue with that, even though I will be having some assignments outside. So in effect, what I feel is that this place gave me a lot of openings and opportunities, and above all, a lot of good friends to work with, and good students to work with. So overall, I was very happy that even though my span of stay here, unlike Professor Nasser, was short, because started only in 2006. So even within this span of time, I think I could achieve at least some of my goals, especially to establish a molecular biology facility and to train students. We have completed training different batches, many batches of students in molecular biology, and we are getting good appreciation, and that's the satisfaction for the teacher. So anyway, I am not extending much. So what I would like to tell you is that I like both teaching and research. That's why I moved to the university, because teaching, you reap the benefit every day. Immediately after the class, you will feel that you did something, because you will get a response from your students. From the face of the students, you will get a feedback. You will get an energy transmitting to you when you deliver something which is very useful, very helpful to the students. So every day you will reap the benefit out of teaching, every hour to see. But research is a little bit different. Most of the time the experience will be failures. You won't get, at the end of the day, you won't get anything positive. You have to wait for a long time, but still that comes as a package, a whole package, but you have to wait for that. So it's a balance for a person to have a teaching as well as research, because teaching gives you satisfaction every day, but research gives you satisfaction maybe once in a while, but that's going to be a little bigger satisfaction, because you will get there which you are approaching for a long time all on a sudden. So that's anyway, so I feel that I did my level best here, and my students, I will hope they will propagate the informations I have passed, and especially I would like to thank the organizers of this meeting for giving me an opportunity, and once again I thank all for assembling here and listening to me. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. We extend our heartfelt thanks for the delightful reflection you shared. Your kind words are truly cherished.
Let us invite Professor M. Nasser to share his reflections with us.
So, respected President of the function, Dr. K. Satish, Dr. Gokuldas, Dr. Sebastian, Dr. Shibu, Mr. Chandrabanu, Dr. Remia, Dr. Kannan, Mr. Shibu, and my dear student, Dr. Ravindran, Dr. Abraham, Dr. Harilal, my colleagues, staff of the zoology department, and dear students. So you can say I'm a bit speechless, although I try to suppress Shamir from, telling all those things about me, but still he said something to me so that I'm a little bit speechless. So that's good, I think, because I don't have to respond much, because I'm speechless. So I'll share only a few thoughts with you, because we don't have much time. So first of all, I would like to thank Dr. Sebastian, Dr. Chitra, and the rest of the Department of Zoology for organizing this function. The problem is tomorrow, sometimes I may oversleep, because what is now into my mind is I'm already retired. So tomorrow morning, maybe I will not be at the office at 10 a.m. Because that's very nice, I think, thinking about being retired. Because I have lots of dreams. I want to travel a lot. I want to read a lot, and I want to hear music. So I don't think I'll have a second innings over here. So, because I'm normally a lazy person. So what I do is, I don't plan for the future. I just am in the present. So whatever job is interested to me, I do that. And I think it's a chain reaction. The next thing comes. So I'm not too worried about the future. I suppose all of you don't worry about the future. If you do what you're doing now to the best of your capability, I think the rest will follow. So don't lose sleep over your future, thinking about the future. So another thing is, my wife did not come over here. She said she could not bear to hear people talk. So praise me. So whatever you tell me, whatever praise you give me, എനിക്കൊരു പ്രശ്നമില്ല. എന്താ വെച്ചാൽ വീട്ടിലെത്തിയാൽ ഷേർലി ഒറ്റയടിയാ. ഷേർലി പറയും, അവരോട് ഇങ്ങോട്ട് വരാൻ പറ, ശരിയായ സ്വഭാവം വീട്ടിലെത്തിയാൽ കാണാൻ പറ്റും. അതുകൊണ്ട്, so whatever you do to praise me, nothing goes into my head, because it all drains out when I get home. So another thing I would like to say is, I have, I think, selective amnesia. You can say also dementia, because nothing stays in my mind. Even if you praise me, even if you say good things about me, I forget it. And if sometimes some people get angry at me, I may argue with some persons, but next day I forget it. So I don't have much stress. So that's why Shibu sir and myself did have lots of arguments, but we are still friends, because we forget it. Because arguments are needed. I think for betterment of science or betterment of everything, you need to argue. But don't keep those arguments in your mind, because that's negative energy. So when you argue to your full ability, but after that, forget it. Because if you keep it in your mind, it gives negative energy. So thank you everyone, thank you all my students, because I have enjoyed being with them. They have really developed me. So I was nothing as a researcher, but I got inputs from every one of my researchers, and from my PG students also. Because when I first joined for teaching over here, I don't think I was a very bad teacher, but they gave me real good feedback. So I was not a born teacher like Sebastian sir or others. So whatever teacher I am, it's because of the feedback that I got from my students. So I should thank them. I should thank my research guide, Dr. Yuzi Abdurrahman, because he was just a person I got along with very well. So he was so soft-spoken, he did not, give me a list to do today. He said, do research, but he guided me. So whenever I got agitated, he calmed me down. So that's why I learned from him. I also would like to thank Dr. Gokul Das and all my teachers, because they have all contributed to what I am now. So I can't forget everyone, because I'm not saying all these names here, because sometimes I may forget some of them, but that does not mean that they have influenced me. They have influenced me. Each one of my students have influenced me. Each one of my teachers have influenced me. And I have lots of office staff in zoology department who have influenced me. And thank you everyone for making the person I am. So maybe I won't forget everyone, even when I leave from the university, all of you will have a special place in my heart. And you'll always be here with me. So thank you, and I have no regrets, because I have enjoyed my life here. I think I have spent almost 2/3 of my life in the University of Calicut. It's almost 38 years. That's too much. So it's time to leave, I think. So in a few more months I'll be leaving, but all of you will be in my heart. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Dear sir, we wish to convey our deepest love and appreciation for the splendid reflection you have graciously offered. Your kind words are sincerely treasured.
Now we request Mr. Shibu Anand C, Secretary, Calicut University Zoology Association, for vote of thanks.
Respected dignitaries on and off the dais, faculty members, research scholars, students, and my dear friends. It's already late for the next session, so I'm directly coming to my duty. So before that, നമുക്കറിയാം നമ്മുടെ ടീച്ചേഴ്സിനെ കുറിച്ച് നമുക്കറിയാം, especially
Dr. Nasser has given me complete freedom in choosing my PhD topic, and he never forced me to follow his words and
ടു എർത്ത് ആയിട്ട് ഓരോ സ്റ്റുഡൻറ്റിനും മനസ്സിലാവുന്ന രീതിയിലേക്ക് പറഞ്ഞു തരുന്ന ക്ലാസ്സുകളായിരുന്നു കണ്ണൻ സാറിൻ്റെ ക്ലാസ്സുകൾ. സോ ആ ഒരു സെഷൻ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഇപ്പം പല കുട്ടികൾക്കും ഇപ്പോൾ അത് മിസ്സിംഗ് ആണ്. കാരണം ഡിഗ്രിയിൽ നമുക്കറിയാം ഓരോ നമ്മളെ ലാബോറട്ടറി അസിസ്റ്റൻസ് ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് ക്രിയേറ്റ് ചെയ്തിരുന്ന സൊല്യൂഷൻസ് മിക്സ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ജസ്റ്റ് ചായ ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്ന പരിപാടിയാണ് നമ്മൾ ഇവിടെ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. സോ അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് നമ്മൾ ഒരു MSc ലാബിലേക്ക് വരുമ്പോൾ സ്വന്തമായിട്ട് ഒരു പ്രാക്ടിക്കൽ ചെയ്ത് പഠിക്കാനും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഒരു MSc കഴിഞ്ഞ് ഒരു റിസർച്ച് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ റിസർച്ച് ഒരു ഫീൽഡിലേക്ക് എൻ്റർ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ഒരു പ്രാക്ടിക്കൽ പോലെ തന്നെ ഒരു റിസർച്ച് പ്രോജക്റ്റ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ റിസർച്ച് മെത്തഡോളജി എങ്ങനെ വർക്ക്ഔട്ട് ചെയ്തെടുക്കാമെന്ന് ക്ലിയർ ആയിട്ട് മനസ്സിലാക്കാനുള്ള ഒരു ബേസിക് സ്റ്റെപ്പ് കണ്ണൻ സാറിൻ്റെ ക്ലാസ്സുകളിൽ നിന്ന് കിട്ടുമായിരുന്നു. So that attracted me to more into the molecular biology more rather than selecting a topic. Okay, so sorry. So my duty was to thank everybody. So first of all, I extend my sincere gratitude to Dr. Dineshan Cheruvath, IAS, who being in the presence will make the honoring session a very much excellent way. And I also extend my gratitude to Dr. A.K. Satish, Registrar, University of Calicut, and also thank Dr. C.D. Sebastian for organizing such kind of a program so that we can express our love to our dearest teachers. And I would extend my thanks to all the dignitaries on and off the dais, and also the research scholars, students, and the faculty members. And thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Shibu Anand. Now, we request all dignitaries on the dais to occupy the offstage seat, as we are now featuring felicitation videos from students of Professor Nasser and mentor of Professor Kannan, along with members of his laboratory, to remember about and celebrate their memorable days. There is also tea break in between.
Dr. Nasser has given me
Attention
complete
please,
freedom.
due to the time
in
limit,
choosing my
we are
PhD
limiting the
topic.
technical session with the 2 talks by Dr. Hariran and Dr. Jose T. Puttur. Be unseated after the tea break for 10 minutes.
Dr. Nasser has given me complete freedom in choosing my PhD topic, and he never forced me to follow his words and actions. And that's the person he is. I've enjoyed this intellectual freedom all throughout my PhD with him. If someone can be called a friend, philosopher, and guide all at once, it's him. I wish him all the very best.
Hi everyone, this is Ranjit, one of the past lab members of NASA's lab. I just want to congratulate him on completing one of the best episodes in his life. For me, he is more like an elder brother and a good friend rather than supervisor. We enjoyed all our discussions, even if those were outside the platform of research. Thank you so much for giving me a chance to work with you, for your concern, encouragements, and more than anything, for showing me the best version of humanity. You are absolutely my second home. All the best wishes for the next step. Be like this. Stay happy always. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Gary Smith. I am a professor of OBGYN, urology and physiology at the University of Michigan. I've been here at the University of Michigan since 1998, so going on 26 years. Before that, University of Chicago. I was recently contacted by Canon, and Canon worked with us in my laboratory at the University of Michigan in 2000 to 2001. And he was a great postdoctoral fellow. I think back on really good times having Canon in the lab. He was a great lab mate. He was a good lab citizen. I'm sure most of you at the university know Cannon, known Cannon for many years. One of the, I think, important things that I remember about Cannon is his ability to be very quiet, to concentrate, to think. Many times you have people in the laboratory and they want to always be the first person to say something, to be heard. And one of the beauties of Cannon is that he knew what he needed to do. He wanted to do it. He didn't need anybody to tell him to do it. He did some great work in our laboratory on mouse oocyte development, mouse follicle development, the role of lipids in steroidogenesis and follicle development in the mouse. And like I said, it was always a pleasure to have Cannon in the laboratory because there was never drama. Cannon did his work, enjoyed his work, enjoyed being with his family. I was very fortunate. I got to know Bindu. And at that point, I think maybe their boys were born here in Ann Arbor. I know they have grown up. I followed what Cannon and his family have done over the last 23 years in India. We've tried to make plans. Some things haven't worked. COVID came around. I never got to come and see him at his university, but I'm very proud of Cannon. I think he's a great scientist, a great person. He has a great family, and I know that the university there in India is very fortunate to have had Cannon, and I was very fortunate to be able to work with Cannon while he worked in our laboratory on his postdoctoral fellow. So Cannon, congratulations to you and your family on your retirement. I wish you only the best. And I know that you and your family will thoroughly enjoy the next few years. And if you're ever in the United States, please stop by and visit us. So thank you for allowing me to speak a little bit with Cannon today, and have a great ceremony and a great retirement. Bye now.